Hello, Hsinchu County teachers and teaching assistants. This is Jason from the English Education Resource Center and your #1 fan. For this tip, we're going to talk about proper PPT use. All right, if we use PPTs, they can be effective and fun, and there are many, many ways to use PPTs. So let's just review a little bit about some maybe fundamental uses of PPTs, which could be advantageous. All right, the first P is use pictures. PPTs are great for pictures. Use lots of pictures, right? So then students can maybe experience different things that they typically would, different from what they typically would in their normal lives. So lots of pictures. Picture-rich PPTs, okay? And the second P would be in proofreading, okay? I don't know how many times I do this myself. There's a typo in my PPT or there's incorrect information in my PPT, and I certainly see that in other teachers' PPTs as well. So use pictures and then proofread. Proofread, me too, we all need to do it. Proofread your PPTs. Make sure they're accurate and there's no typos in there, the best of your ability. And then finally the T. T is for text. The amount of text, the size of text, and the font you use. You don't need to put in tons and tons of words into one PPT slide. Don't just overwhelm a slide with too many words. So less is more. Fewer words in your PPTs, okay? Just your key words, your essential words, all right? And the other item is size. The size of the words, the size of the font that you have in your PPT. Make sure it's big enough, okay? I typically put in at least 44 or higher, 44 or higher for my font size, all right? The MOE, Ministry of Education, Taiwan tells us, hey, we don't want to, overburden our students, put too much strain on their eyesight. So having larger font size is a good idea, all right? Don't have them strain looking at teeny words and a bunch of them on a single slide, all right? And it's also good modeling for your students, because then if they're making PPTs, they won't, put, a bunch of words on a slide and then teeny words at that. And then the last thing would be in your text type would be, pick a font that is easy to read. It's very clean and crisp. It's not kind of all jumbled together and then you have to kind of strain to figure out what it's saying. So those are some ideas for you. It's not a proper way, but just some suggestions, Use pictures in your PPT. Have a picture-rich PPT. Proofread your PPTs. And then finally, be thoughtful in the text that you put in your PPTs. You don't need tons of words. Essential words are enough. Make sure they're large enough to be comfortably read at the back of the class. And then finally, pick a font that's, again, easy, crisp, and clean to read, again, at a distance. Well, that's all I have for you for this teaching tip. I want to thank you for your time and attention. Remember, what you do matters, and you are super every day and in every way. Until the next teaching tip, okay, take care and have fun in your classrooms. This teaching tip was brought to you by the EERC of Hsinchu County.